Conversion therapy conversation in Columbia now raising bigger questions that apply to every city and county across South Carolina regarding how much control local governments have over their own communities versus the state's authority to step in. We get more on that angle tonight from our State House reporter, Mary Green.
Of what is effectively a legislative act of extortion.
Home rule is not a blank check for a local city or county to do whatever they want.
At the center of this dispute is the 2021 ordinance enacted in the city of Columbia banning conversion therapy for minors. Last month, Attorney General Alan Wilson sent a letter to city council members claiming the local law is illegal and threatening to sue if it's not repealed. Right after that, State Senator Josh Kimbrell from Spartanburg County proposed a measure that's likely to be included in the next state budget, revoking state funding from any local government that enforces this type of ordinance.
Now there's basically the city of Columbia is faced with potentially very costly litigation. So I offered the city of Columbia an off-ramp.
But to put a budget proviso to say we're not going to give you money unless you enact or do something adverse to what you've put in place for the community you represent, I think is fundamentally unfair and usurps the legislative process.
Richland County Representative Seth Rose says local officials are the ones who are in the best position to set local policies. Rose notes the state constitution prohibits the General Assembly from enacting laws for a specific municipality, and it includes certain home rule guarantees for local cities and counties to govern their communities.
There are legislators that think this is wrong, and we stand with the city of Columbia and ask them to please hold firm and fight this back.
The Attorney General says this does not violate home rule.
Home rule allows local governments to govern themselves however they see fit, so long as it doesn't contradict a general state law or the Constitution.
Wilson argues this local law contradicts both the Constitution's First Amendment and a 2022 state law. That law prohibits local governments from enforcing an ordinance that interferes with the type and scope of healthcare services provided by a medical practitioner or the professional conduct and judgment of a medical practitioner when providing healthcare services.
This is not about being pro-conversion therapy, because we're not. This is about being pro-rule of law.
The full General Assembly will vote to give final approval to the next state budget, including that funding threat provision, here on Wednesday. I asked Governor Henry McMaster if he would veto that measure if it gets to his desk. The governor says he'd have to take a closer look at it first before making a decision. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.